currently June and things are really starting to bloom. These violets are just amazing. These are self-seeded and they came from a small flower pot that I had bought and placed at the top of the stairs, and they dried and all the seeds scattered, and this is where they ended up. This whole front section here in this garden has a lot of perennials. These are mostly perennials, and this is going on their third year. So some of them are getting kind of crowded, but they just look beautiful. This spring I'm going to have to start dividing them. This is a mixture here of the champion and some lammer that are right behind it. I love all the different colors and textures of the flowers. This yellow coreopsis is a new addition to the garden. This one over here in the corner is a Margaret daisy. All the Margaret daisies are in bloom. They're starting to open right now. These are Shasta daisies right to the left of them. And I have creeping thyme in the front. These are phlox that self-seeded this year. Hummingbird mint is placed here. And some black-eyed Susans, along with some yarrow here in the back. And another clump of Shasta daisies, which I did thin out in the springtime. It's going to need another thinning coming this next spring. And my favorite, the lammer. I have a big empty spot right here that I like to put annuals in, so those are starting to get bigger. These are yarrow, and this is going to be a Colorado mix, and then again all those are black-eyed Susans. This is this one and this. These are all echinacea. These are all echinacea, and then I have a Mexican hat here. Back here is more yarrow. Those are yellow, and then these are called Jupiter's Beard, very drought tolerant plant. And then lavender, and then all these little violets just self-seeded down here. All right, so now I'm back over in the rock garden area, and like I said, these are it's going crazy. Look how tall all these plants are. It's filled in like, here, you wouldn't believe, just explosion. So, and these are creeping time, and I had cut all these back like a couple weeks ago so you could see the rock underneath, but they've all grown over again. So I've got these are all sage, and then more of the coreopsis. I've got lamb ears back here, the alliums that stopped blooming, so they just got their seeding right now. And then right here behind it, this is all the Shasta daisies, which are starting to get all the buds on those. They're gonna open really soon. Lots of yarrow that's gonna grow here, and all that's my lavender. You can see all the spikes, growing spikes there, really pretty. And then these are sage flowering, really pretty. And that's all Sweet William in that flower pot there. Behind me, I've got the valerian root, which I like to grow for my teas. And then all the hollyhocks back there on the fence, which they look really bad because someone's eating the leaves. But we're gonna have a lot of flowers. And then this is the Margaret daisy again. Those are the yellow ones are coming back, and more black-eyed Susans back here that just decided they wanted to be back here, so they self-seeded. All right, so continuation of this section here. I'm just gonna walk around, and you can see just from this side how it's just spilling over into this area. These are all flax. These are those blue flowers now. They open in the and then close in the morning, but I think I need to cut those back now. They should reflower again. But yeah, this is the other side. That's the other side where the lavender is. Everything's just going crazy. And then the Sweet William and this flower pot. And then these all self-seeded here. Those are cornflowers. Forgot the other name for them, but lots of the phlox down here that just seeded all over. And then this section, I think you remember this section was all full of the tulips that I put. Now there's sunflowers in them. So these are all getting big. And I didn't plant any of these. They just seeded themselves. So that's gonna be great. And these are all the lettuces. These are all ranunculus, and then all the California poppies that are in, I just planted them all in between these. So that should be really bright and pretty. I've got lots of, oh, here's some more black-eyed Susans. Lots of chamomile, which I need to pick some more because they're flopping over, but they're ready. I gotta pick them. And then there's more on the corner of the box there too. All right, so another section right next to the sunflowers. It starts with the, actually more of the black-eyed Susans, which are gonna open soon. And then this is Shasta daisies. They're getting ready, look at all the buds on them, crazy. And then another black-eyed Susan, there's one that opened. More black-eyed Susans. These just self-seeded. And then more phlox that just seeded here. And then some delphinium. Haven't seen the pink ones before, but typically they're blue. And then I've got more of the self-seeded cornflowers. The blue ones are really pretty. And the Sweet William in this pot, and I think it's getting ready to, it's like towards the end of its life, I think. I really like those. And then I need to remove this whole fence. Right now I have some net on it, but I did it only to save like one group of flowers way down at the end. So I'm gonna be working on that and thinning them out and weeding and staking them all. But these are all sunflowers. These are Italian white sunflowers all along the back, and then I got lots of cosmos in here, and then those are more that self-seeded of the cornflowers, different colors. Yeah, these are all self-seeded, so I didn't plant these. We'll go over the wire so you can see better. There's a little moth, butterfly, big sunflowers here. And then I've got some tomatoes down there, which are probably not going to get enough sunlight because of all these big plants, but another sunflower, more of my tomatoes. I've got like 20 tomato plants, so hopefully one of them will do good. And more of these coneflowers. They're just so pretty. Aren't they beautiful? Different colors. Love them. Beautiful. Got a little bee on there. Little bee busy. And then to the right of those cornflowers, we've got all these little guys. These are all the snapdragons that I planted from seeds. Okay, and then this section here, I need to thin these out also. These are all carrots, but once they get to be about like 4 inches, we need to thin them out, yeah. But these are the peppers, which I feel like they don't look that great. I think they need some fertilizer, so I'll be doing that. And then more chamomile, which are just beautiful. These are all over the place this year. Got a couple sunflowers, and then more hyssop. That's just spilling over in this flower bed, but it's just gonna be so pretty in here. Then this box, chamomile, black-eyed Susans. These are all green beans that are gonna grow up here on the trellis. More green beans here. And then these are all strawberries, which are going insane in here. So hopefully these will be good. Yeah, and then more chamomile. And then all the beans on this side. And then these are the Sweet Williams. More hyssop. And then black-eyed Susan. There's some dahlias in here. So yeah, this is all looking really good. More chamomile back here. Another Cosmo. This is the pink one that's gorgeous. But some of these dahlias are getting hidden from all this. This is too much growth, so I have to do something. What the heck happened back here? Oh, see, these need to be staked because they're getting too heavy. But these are all the little babies back here. So nothing's really gotten big yet, but they're doing good. Doing good, good. These are all flowers. Cucumbers are right there. Sunflowers, cosmos. These are all cantaloupes. And then back here, I've got more black-eyed Susans and sunflower, and then some cosmos back there. Another sunflower, and then I planted some milkweed. There's Zero, Colorado mix, I believe, because there's some ready to bloom, and those are pink. But this plant is just, look at this plant. It's crazy. Look how big that thing is. And that's the Caryopsis. And then right next door to it, this is like a penstemon. Aren't those pretty? All drought tolerant type of plant. And so yeah, that's gonna be really nice. This is just, the yellow is just gorgeous. Really great perennial. And then back here, I can't remember. Buplarum, I believe it's called. But that just seeded itself. I'm so happy. Because I grew it last year and it didn't do good. But here's the sweet peas that are just starting to open. There's a lot of little buds. See, little buds there. And I had to put some netting up on the bottom portion of this because the dog was wanting to chew on it, and it's very poisonous. It's a beautiful, it's all netted, mostly down at the bottom. It should be able to crawl up and over here. But I've got more hyssop here at the bottom. Hyssop, that's the perennial sweet peas. And then over here, more of the cornflower that self-seeded. All that blue is so pretty. And then these are called sea holly. And those are gonna be really cool. And these are called Love in a Mist. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but Love in a Mist, and they're all different colors. And after they lose their petals, they form these pods. And these pods look kind of cool in flower arrangements and stuff. People use them for that. But that came up by itself. And then lavender, another hyssop, another, what do you call it? Black-eyed Susan, and then blackberries, 3 of them. These two are new, so they're not doing that great, but this one is last year's and it's got some new fuzzy leaf barn on it. So that's good. These are some sunflowers and cosmos I planted. And then these are all zucchini plants that I'm hoping do really well. And these are all the potatoes. And look at all the buds on these. And that's what's gonna create I guess if they don't bud, they don't form blossoms, then they don't perform and create potatoes. So these are looking amazing. These are the ones that have the most buds on them. I haven't seen any over there. They're gonna catch up pretty soon, but really tall. And then here's onions. Onions are doing great. They're all the way around in this box. Yeah. And then these are all the dahlias. It's kind of a weird lighting back here right now, but they've been struggling, but they are gonna make it. I know it. Some of them have just been through a lot out here in the cold with our temperatures, and now it's like really, really hot, but I think they're gonna be okay. And then I put some zinnias in here, a few, but yeah, it's gonna be nice. All right, so here's the rose garden, and I think I showed you those earlier. Aren't they cute? And then I have some stupid bugs eating them. But there's another one over here that's gonna bloom.